Welcome back to our journey through the golden age of piracy. Today, we witness its brutal and definitive end in our final chapter, the Gibbet, a warning to all who dared to dream of a life outside the law. The party was over. The empires, once scrambling to deal with the pirate menace, had finally had enough. Their navies, organized and relentless, began to systematically hunt down the pirate fleets. One by one, the legendary captains were captured. Blackbeard, Calico Jack Rackham, Stay de Bonnet, their names, once whispered in fear and awe, were now just entries on a court docket. What followed was a spectacle of state power. Mass trials were held, but these were less about justice and more about sending a message. The outcomes were almost always predetermined. Hundreds of pirates, men and women who had tasted a radical form of freedom on the high seas, were sentenced to hang. But death wasn't the end of their story. The authorities wanted to make an example of them, to erase the romantic allure of piracy forever. The bodies of the most notorious pirates were coated in tar to preserve them, and then sealed within custom-made iron cages called gibbets. These gruesome displays were then hoisted high along the entrances to major ports and waterways, from Jamaica to London. Imagine sailing into a harbor, and the first thing you see is the silhouette of a body swinging in a cage against the sky. It was a chilling, inescapable message from the Empire. This is the price of rebellion. This is the fate of those who challenge our authority. The gibbet was the final, terrifying punctuation mark on the Golden Age. The dream of a pirate republic, of a life of liberty on the waves, was left to rot in an iron cage, a permanent warning against the siren call of freedom. Thank you for joining us on this incredible voyage through history. If you've enjoyed this series and want to see more deep dives into the past, please hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure. We'll see you next time.